What is going on, guys? Today we're starting a brand new Football Manager 2022 save, and it is with Barcelona. We're going to have the challenge of rebuilding the team and everything going on. We'll get into the details, but you normally wouldn't get that in a sentence of Barcelona being a challenge. Yeah, this hasn't been a thing for many, many years or ever, ever in football. But Barcelona, we're going to get into details right now. We're going to take off disable player attribute masking. One of the things I would love to utilize is, the scouts at the team, and this is just one of the things. That's what I mean. That's why we're starting this here today. And of course, if you're new, be sure to subscribe and like the video so you don't miss this series. But that's just one of the things. I want to utilize the scouts. We can try and find and have that in a challenging way as well, where it's not as easy as if it would be. But the fact like Messi's moved on, and even players at the team like Piqué getting older, and others that have retired or moved on in the last few years as well, scouting for that next Messi, and more than just finding them, but then showing you guys how I really would develop those players, despite, of course, having amazing facilities at Barcelona. That is going to, facilitate that, funnily enough. You get a high potential young player, everything seems in place for them to develop into a world-class player, kind of how Messi did. But I would like to bring even more to that, like Messi, like kind of how Ronaldinho took him under the wing. That's what I'll try and get. One of the stars at the club to try. That's just one aspect of development that we will go through with this. We'll start this up and we'll just explain one more thing, which is the amount of leagues loaded. Got a couple of the South Americans with obviously Argentina and Brazil. We don't even need to explain why both of those are relevant over the years. Some talents from both of those countries, hey. And then, the standard England, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, known for developing amazing young talents. Portugal as well. Generally, a few players could be good coming through there. Obviously, not from Barcelona. If anything, he played over on the other side for a little while at Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo. But yeah, I think this gives us a good crop. And Australia, because obviously I'm from Australia, maybe if we get like this Spanish-Aussie hybrid youth player in an intake, that could be pretty fun for me at least, and any of you guys from Australia as well. But yeah, this is a nice crop of leagues for different reasons. And yeah, I don't think we need many more than this. That we sit pretty well on this as we get into it now. So here we are. For those of you that weren't aware, Barcelona in debt right now. Look at that, negative 25 million, where you got no transfer budget. 35% of the transfer revenue is made available. So if you sell a player, you only get 35% of that to your transfer budget. And then also only a 51k available on the wages. So it's not a very good position for Barcelona. Just by itself, losing Messi was huge. But this is something to focus on as well. We go to key players. This is why this rebuild, so much is needed, not just because of the financial situation. Busquets, Piqué, the leaders of the club, is 32-year-old, 34-year-old, respectively. We know Ter Stegen, he's not bad. You can rely on, a goalkeeper is probably not that position you need to, correct. That's not what we're planning to do with most positions, actually. We'll get into that as we go on. But if you take a look at top prospect, Barcelona definitely has a few of these. His potential doesn't look the highest on first look anyway. But what we were touching on a little bit on the start was in terms of having the facilities in place to develop the youth and get them to their potential. From the actual recruitment to the coaching, and then the facilities at the club from the youth and training. We'll just get through all these messages. We'll sort out tactics. We'll see what the board is actually wanting to do here. Like, what are they wanting from us? You want to play attacking possession, entertaining football, keeping that, but that's not the highest of importance, even though it says preferred and desired for possession football. If we go to the actual requirements, is work within that wage budget. So that's the issue right now. And still challenge for the La Liga. So I suppose that means finish top 4, be close enough to top. Supercopa not important, and only reach for these. Even the expectation, at least that's lined up together. It's not normal Barcelona expectations. Normally it'll be win the La Liga and win Champions League. So, yeah, at least that's reflected. It's almost a fall from grace, really. And then, of course, it's working on becoming, the biggest team in the world. And if you look towards the end here, there's continue to win La Liga. Win La Liga is starting around the 22-23 season. So, hey, that's next season. So they're wanting a quick rebuild here. But I think, that's not going to be my style exactly. But I think we could do that. You take a look at some injuries as well. There's Aguero for extended period. Even Aguero, Coutinho. There's some older names there. And obviously a big move for us is Lionel Messi going out on a free transfer. So in this episode, we're going to take a look at a bit of the squad and what we're going to do from there. But if you sort by the position, that generally always makes sense for me. We take a look. Neto and Ter Stegen older. As I said with Ter Stegen, he's great. He's great for the first team right now. Excellent. So if anything, it's just hopefully picking up a young youth player we train up that won't be needed for 4 or 5 seasons. So this is not about, not that we can go out and sign one now, can't we? But actual using our own academy, which is going to be definitely a focus when that time does come around. I did want to touch on that. I used to do saves where I would, record, you'd see most things because I think, especially like this, you wouldn't want to miss out. You see some series, and I've got a journeyman right now if you want to watch another series by me that I'm running along, that I'll be running along with this one as we make FM content throughout the year. That's going to be different. That's going to be playing more and more off camera. Here, we're going to show every single game. You're not going to be missing a lot of information, apart from the preseason friendlies. Yeah, we just sim through all those. But yeah, it's a proper Let's Play we're going to be doing. So if you remember my older series, I did like that, where we just went, record like 2 or 3 games in an episode, and we go on to the next one, where you're not missing any information or any matches, especially when you need to do a rebuild and you want to see how, like, every step, if not most steps, how I go about fixing up the club of Barcelona. And having someone like Demir at the club, first team ability, I say, is a little bit off. So like, he's on loan. There's an optional future fee of 8.5 million. That's most times I say, that's a bargain. That's going to be excellent. Might not be able to do anything about it. You got Emre Demir. He'll be joining seat. This is what we talked about. Like, we can even get a scout here so we can get more of an idea of this guy on the attributes. Most attributes you see, though. If we talk about the future, because this is a big focus, Gavi, 16 years old, attributes we're going to target early on, even though it is one of his better parts of his game, early in their career. You got to focus on what you want. And we're going to definitely go towards here the additional focus and passing, but that's not singularly on his passing. It's vision and technique. His vision's 15 and technique 16, but we want to see, definitely the vision go up, but no, passing, as soon as we can, get that up to on par with technique to 16, where that is really a classy attribute. So these are all the little things we want to see. Pedri, another one, only 18 years old. What are we going to do with him? He's going to be definitely getting into attacking positions already. His passing ability, he's already got his wonder kid, of course, a few wonder kids in the team. I want him to be able to take advantage of position he gets in. So, unfortunately, he can't be training. He's on holiday, so we're going to get back. We've got to get back to him on holiday, De Jong as well. So, if we sort by the youngest guys in the team, there's Alejandro Balde. Not sure how good he will get. He is not a wonder kid just yet, but it looks like he'll definitely be in the mold of that attacking fullbacks. Wouldn't be a winger. So instead for him, gonna strongly focus on like that defensive side. The marking and tackling isn't so strong. So it's going to be defensive positioning for him, and it's even, positioning and decision making. A few of the weaker attributes where that's going to be important in his game. Like those attributes are going to be important for where he plays. So we're just going to focus on those boys for now, and we'll give you an update in a further episode to see how they are progressing. We can track the progression of attributes, seeing how they're improving, if they are at all. And when you hover over to your development center, you can see here, Nico. He is another one. He's in the B side. Another midfielder. We're definitely going to work more on him. He's balanced. We're going to leave him for now, and then, we'll see how his games are going. If we introduce him to the first team, and if we can get him, mentoring with a group as well, with a group of players, that's going to be part of it. But we will see for now. We'll see how he tracks early in the preseason. If he does that, get that call up to the first team, because we have already got some younger guys there too. But then everyone else, average, I would say, pretty average potential. Some of them go close. There's quite a few names there, so we'll look into them. But you go to the under-19s as a whole, you sort by the potential. The guy we saw before, he could be attacking midfielder. Then he can be as a winger as well. Probably inside forward is what I would like to use him as. Inverted winger, inside forward. So, he's looking really strong. Ilias, we're going to actually go a bit different with him. If we're going to be playing him out wide early, especially for younger players, we are going to go onto his quickness. That's going to work on his pace and acceleration, which, his acceleration 14, it's not bad. And this is going to pop up for under-19s. I'll just choose to take control of his individual training. So that means all the other players, they're going to be handled by the coaches there. If you don't do anything specific with them, so no worries. But want to work on his pace. At his age, like before they hit 18, 19, or maybe just say, before they get into their 20s, target their physicals. If there's an area in their physical attributes you want them to work on and you think they could get better in. So if he's going to be playing out wide there, he's got good dribbling as well. Just being a bit quicker. He's not slow by any means, but at the top level, that's far from saying, he's a pacey winger. So, if you can get pace 14, 15, acceleration 15, 16, he's just going to be a bit more quicker out there and a better chance of, beating a player with some skill, just with that extra burst of pace in him. Once more, someone like a Casas, we look at him as a youngster, 17-year-old defender. See how he goes over his, over the year, but hasn't got the highest potential. There's a few guys in that crop though, that's not bad at all to have. And you go over to the B side, this is going to be a little bit more mixed. There's some older, some guys that are close to like their mid-20s there. Nico, who we did mention, and a couple guys 4-star, like Alacon here, another winger. He's currently injured, so we're going to stay away from him, but could address maybe his pace, trying to get him that next level quicker as well. Anu Comas, centre back. He's someone to have a bit of hope in. Really, once more, don't really overly need to target anything specifically. So for him, let's just have him working on becoming a ball-playing defender, having that kind of style. We'll put defend, stopper. Take control of his training, because that's going to work on his passing and vision. Maybe take that to the next level for, a typical like Barcelona, if we're going to, have that really, Barcelona with the tiki-taka football, having, good passing centre-backs, ball-playing centre-backs. 11 is pretty good for his age, knowing that's going to gradually progress. But the fact he looks like very balanced in those attributes where he needs them to be. So just work on that role and continue to master those attributes and have them all grow up together. And because, the next thing to focus on there, the game wanted us to, must respond, we talked on it. Tiki-taka. We're definitely going to try and adopt that style and just, get a simple 4-3-3, simple Barcelona kind of style. There may be alterations to this because I'm already having some ideas in my head how I want to play, and this is one part of it as well. We talked about the players, the youth, and building up with that, rebuilding the team through that way. But then the tactical style is you don't want to fade away from Barcelona too much. Like having, that tiki-taka football, but, wanting to be able to get good results as well, and it's going to have to suit the team, which I think it is. They've generally always signed the players, and they've kept up to this year. A lot of attacking play, a lot of wingers. You got a few strikers in there as well, and then your central midfielders. So definitely a 4-3-3. And one thing I might as well like to do, I just go not at club. That's going to take away those guys out on loan. I just think, I might, and even someone like a Samuel Umtiti. Samuel Umtiti is transfer listed. I'm not sure he's going to be that good. I don't see him being part of the future as we're rebuilding Barca. So he's someone where there's probably some value in him. He's a bit injury prone as well. The guide value around 16 million, so it's nothing special. Nothing that's probably, the wage he's on, you can put that into the transfer budget as well, and probably does get us a little bit money to work with, and maybe something to put towards a youngster, and to think about just the money we are in the red, the overall balance. So yeah, we're already planning a few different things. There's a nice little introduction, meeting the team and talking about our plan. So hopefully you guys are excited for this. If we just go back on the must respond, this was for the meeting. We just accept the vision. That's all we had to do. So yeah, we talked about how we're going to play out through this. It's a rebuild, but not in a classic style of rebuilding and splashing millions and millions upon millions on players. It's different for Barcelona. If the budget was there, it may have been the case. But the fact with Barcelona having amazing facilities, and it almost forces our hand a little bit to rely on our own products when the youth intake comes around, which I always love youth intakes, and yeah, hopefully I have a good one when that comes around. But that will be a little bit in the future. As I said, we're going to be showing you how we're going to be developing for this season. Of course, getting results is very important. So the senior players at the club is going to be important for the time being, but getting the youngsters around them. So initially, it's going to be about the younger players in the team already, not wondering, the youth intake's going to be quite a while away, but we'll get through episodes quickly, of course. But guys like Gavi, not sure about Demir, because will we have that money? And yeah, we'll just have to see. Maybe you guys can get your thoughts if he will be worth it when we do get that money, when it does come. Hopefully it would. Balde, Pedri, Fati, these guys, and the guys in their early 20s as well, they've got potential in them. You know, even like De Jong, who's 24, doesn't have much growth left in him anyway. And someone in the first team like Oscar, I'm not sure about him. You'll probably get 15 million for him. Just because he's on the younger side, it's not, try and develop him. For me, he's a lost cause. Unfortunately, he's not going to become good enough. So he's probably someone to get on the list and get some money in. There's maybe a few guys like that if we sort by ability here. There's probably not too many, like a Martin Braithwaite as well. He doesn't have a future, so he's someone to get out. He's got a little bit of value. So there's a handful of guys, maybe like 2 or 3. Obviously, Eric Garcia is a nice talent as well. 20 years old, wonder kid. So yeah, there's so many to focus on here. That's the exciting thing. Sergino Dest as well. So yeah, there's quite a few players. To keep an eye on here, though. We're going to leave it there for now. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the introduction and how this rebuild will take place. It's like a rebuild, but it's a normal Let's Play series as well. And maybe some kind of tips you will pick up as we get on. So I'm actually really excited to start this series. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this one with Barcelona. As I said, I've got a journeyman as well if you want to check that out. That's going to hit a different kind of audience as well. So I like how we're having 2 different saves on the channel at the moment. It's going to bring a lot of variety. So hopefully you guys see that and can get a lot of tips and through the different style of series, get tips in different areas of the game as well, because FM is that deep. So anyway, we're going to leave it there. If you could leave a like on the video, that's hugely appreciated from myself, and subscribe if you're new. We make FM videos every single day on the channel, so if you don't get any notifications, be sure to come over to Footy Manager TV and check the FM content for the day. See you guys next time.